They say the best things come from the worst shit. This
day, Kodak Black, you know, somebody I guess was recording him on live, and he started talking about Lauren London. So I'm just going to play it for a reference once again, and we're going to talk about this, man.
Lauren London, that baby though, she finna be out here single. She finna be a whole widow out here. I'd be the best man I could be, fuck. I'd give her a whole year. She might need a whole year to be crying and shit. But dude, though, I ain't trying to shoot at her. I'm saying this, look. No, she could do 2-3 years, but I just try to be I try to be like, if you need a friend to holler at us, show the lean.
You got, you know, Kodak Black pretty, you know, that clip came out the other day, and now T.I. Right after that, the game came out, and I think across the board, people, you know, pretty much thought that it was just disrespectful, given a point in the fact that Nipsey's not in the ground yet, for it to even be out there. And I said myself that social media, you know what I mean, this is like the downside of it, where he could have said it amongst his friends and whatnot, but the fact that it was on Instagram and it went out, you know, probably in front of millions of people. I don't know how many people follow him, you know what I mean? It's gonna, you know, have a reciprocal effect like it did. Samant, what are your thoughts on Kodak Black? Now people, you know, it's a thing going around Instagram and YouTube now where people are saying mute him, take him off Spotify, iTunes. Power 106 came out and said they're going to ban his music. What are your thoughts on this, Samant? Can't wait to hear it.
Yeah, well, first off, we all have to understand that the kid's 22 years old. I'm not justifying anything he did, but we've said it on this podcast. Everyone out there knows he is prone to say some ignorant shit sometimes that makes you shake your head and go, what? Right? In this particular situation, we all know that what he said was 100% ignorant. It was 100% ignorant. But when you have grown men who are in a position of leadership, who could have called him, who could have responded to him in a way that was a little more proactive to get him to genuinely see the wrong in his doing. When you see these men start to get on social media and hoop and fucking holler, let's just call it for what it is, hoop and fucking holler, knowing the second that they hit send, these outlets are going to jump on it and play the play-by-play like they're a WWE ring announcer, setting up the whole fucking story. They got to know this is going to happen, and shame on them if I dare say they're even worse to blame than Kodak Black.
So you saying T.I. in the game pretty much?
I'm 100% saying T.I. Yeah, and because you look at a situation like this, T.I. or the game could have easily seen that and been offended, right? And justifiably so. Both fathers, both people that respected Nipsey, both people that respect Lauren London, even though I'm going to question that as well. They could have easily went in there and called this brother or got somebody who had somebody and checked him just as fast and just as hard as they did and aggressively as they did online. But you decide to go online amongst your millions of followers, their millions of followers, and put this out here to do what? To get what kind of reaction exactly from a 22-year-old, ignorant-minded human being that needs some guidance, and you know it. You're going to get another brash reaction, and then what we going to get? These media and these outlets playing play-by-play like WWE fucking the announcers, and now we got some more drama. Now you call it to cancel this, and now he can't go to this city because he could potentially lose his life, and this is what motherfuckers want?
Well, people are going to say to him by saying, man, why are you putting the attention on T.I. in the game and just keeping on what Kodak Black actually said? Now, we can't control how they reacted, but what do you feel about him saying it and the fact that it being broadcast out there? Do you feel that that was ultimately disrespectful, just separating the T.I. in the game?
1,000%. I said that initially. It was 100% disrespectful. He shouldn't have said it. And he would have handled it a lot better, I firmly believe, if some of these older people would have went to him privately and checked him, because you got a lot of ego going on and swimming around nowadays, unfortunately. And for you to check him like that, for you to sit there and stroke your ego, seemingly, because you know damn well as soon as they dropped it, they were sitting like this. They didn't put the phone down and feel good about themselves. They were sitting there waiting for a fucking response.
All right.
So what were you really trying to prove?
It was a lot
there?
of people that was mad though. I mean, you see my son,
mad.
Gilly. I saw Gilly and my son earlier on a live stream, and they were you know, mad about the fact that Kodak Black, you know what I'm saying, came out. Not that they jumped onto their per se, like, and put a video out, but they was like on a little live thing, you know what I'm saying, where it's like two split screens or whatever.
That's a little talking about it. And you know what? That's even a little different, because they could be sitting there having a conversation and somebody could bring up the question and they answer. That's totally different than you making a statement. And I'm sure some real OGs, and I'm not saying the T.I. or Game ain't a real OG, but why OG did you fucking go to that young boy privately and tell him he was wrong for what he did? Why do you stoop down to his level, the social media level, where you thought money was the root of all evil, and it seems like attention is the root of all evil because everybody is fucking soaking for it. Everybody's jumping for it. And let me say this, dare I say this, because you asked me, was what he said disrespectful? It was 100% disrespectful. But let's not act like it's not 1,000 million disrespectful motherfuckers in her inbox doing this, doing that. Would the Game, would T.I., would anybody be mad if this wasn't Nipsey Hussle's woman? What I'm asking is it the respect given for Nipsey Hussle, or do people really care about Lauren London?
I think it's Nipsey more. I mean, it could have been anybody. It could have been anybody that was his girl. I think it's more to do with him and his legacy. And just like at this time, you just don't say stuff. That's like the worst thing that could ever be said about somebody's, grieving, I guess you could say fiance at this point. You don't make those kind of jokes, you know what I mean, out there. So I'm not really going to hop. I understand that outrage that T.I. and these guys they knew what they was going to create a headline as soon as they put those out. But I just think that, man, the guy Kodak Black is silly as hell for that. I don't agree, though, with the banning him. Me personally, I never really rock with him like that. But when you got stations coming out saying they're not going to play his music and people actually passing around, I don't know if it's an actual petition, but there's like a little meme going around was pretty much saying mute Kodak Black. So they're asking Spotify, Google, iTunes, pretty much to take him off. I think that's a little extreme. I think he just needs to be checked. I don't think he ever apologized, fully, for saying that. He should just come out and apologize, say I didn't really mean it that way. Just move forward with it, man.
He said, I'm sorry to Lauren London, but then followed it up with the ego and was getting back on the people. He said, oh, I'm sorry, but then was met for the people who checked me, for the people who thought that they checked me.
Young boy,
It's egotistical shit.
Right.
You know what I mean? And that's what, if he would have said what he said and people wouldn't have jumped on it as quickly, it would have been here today, going tomorrow, ignorant. But he should have been checked. I'm not saying he shouldn't have been checked, but we should have dealt with that behind fucking closed doors, because then you get your announcers and we're going to talk about it on the podcast, but you had play-by-play of this shit. You had your certain outlets, and we ain't got a name. The outlets that were there that was within a minute of the shit dropping, putting it here, hashtag it here, dropping here. What do you think here? What do you think here? Just adding fuel to this fire.
But I mean, that happens. I mean, that's going to happen regardless.
And they know what's going to happen.
Right.
And that's why they're fucking wrong, because then God forbid one of these fans or something take it extra. You see him getting into fights at his shows. Somebody takes it extra, and God forbid we see him pass away. He's ignorant. He deserved to be checked, but he deserved to die. Come on, man. Y'all bugging. Y'all got to really just come on, man.
I don't think that or his music shouldn't be banned, man. But hopefully there's something that'll just die down. It's just like, man, like I didn't think that, anybody could go just at this time to say anything like that was crazy, but that kind of is what it was. Ignorant. Man. Yeah, it was ignorant as hell. Like, man,
it was disrespectful. So you got to know when to keep the fucking cameras on and when to turn them off. Not every day you got to get on live and talk about things. Not everything that people have to say. You could have easily been sitting there smoking with your boys, with your fucking phone down, talking about whatever you wanted.
Right. And
nobody would have been dealing with this. But people are so thirsty to get on that phone that's here and get that ego going that it bites them on their ass, man. And the big Kodak in his ass.
Yeah. No, I'm gonna move to this story because it kind of ties into it, man. You got somebody, I don't know his real name, but neighborhood Crip confront Blueface. Now, this is pretty much he's coming at him for him not paying homage to Nipsey Hussle. So I'm just gonna play his audio and then we're gonna talk about this one. This is neighborhood Crip confronting Blueface.
Blueface, the only motherfucker on the West who don't got a post about Nipsey on his page, though. Okay, what type of nigga is you? Okay, like you don't like neighborhoods or something, bro? Like, what's the deal, bro? I done seen Damus. I done seen people all around the world, other states show their respect, and you from the West, and you don't even got neighborhood nip on your shit, and you represent this Crip shit, though. That shit weird as a motherfucker, cuz some hood, bro. Like, I don't be understanding these niggas, nigga. Like, if it wasn't for Nip, a nigga like you wouldn't even be where you at right now, bro. Nigga need to show respect to the real niggas, bro, on hood. Oh, that shit ain't about, nigga, you not knowing cuz, and you ain't gotta do that to get no clout and all that shit. It's just a simple fact of respect thing, my nigga. You gotta respect the ones that paved the way for us, nigga. Us young niggas.
All right, so you got him, right there, neighborhood Crip. I guess that's his name, I agree. I was come out and say, man, I'm definitely feeling this. I don't know why, if this guy was too busy or nothing like that. If he's supposed to be, riding with that side and We know what Nipsey meant to the community. We would definitely like to see some type of homage at a show. We seen guys at shows. I seen DJ Punk, you know what I mean, over there, you know, screaming out, playing Nipsey and telling people to say rest in peace, Nipsey. It's all this, like, everybody's paying homage. I think that he should, man. I do not see any problem with Neighborhood Crip calling out, confronting Blueface. And